In this video, I want to show you an alternative to SQL queries. It's called DESelect. DESelect is a really cool product on Salesforce AppExchange for people that need to do complex data segmentation, but don't know how to use SQL queries. To show you the functionality of DESelect in this video, I'm going to segment subscribers that haven't received emails in the last 14 days. Now for this scenario that I'm showing you, there's practice data that DESelect gives you so you can test the scenario out yourself. The link to the practice data and the step-by-step instructions are in the description below this video. Make sure you have DESelect installed as an app in your Marketing Cloud instance before you try to do the scenario that I'm doing here. Now let's get into querying the contacts that have not received any emails in the last 14 days. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure that we're on the Marketing Cloud homepage and we hover over AppExchange. And since we've already downloaded DESelect into our Marketing Cloud instance, we're going to click on DESelect under AppExchange. So we'll click here and we're going to create a new query. So to create a new query, we're going to click on the blue New Selection button in the top right corner of the screen. So let's click on New Selection. So the first thing we're going to do is name this selection. So up here in the top left corner of the screen, we're going to put in our new selection name. And I've put in not opened in last 14 days. So I'm going to know that this is the selection for the emails that have not been opened in the last 14 days. Now that we've named our selection, let's go ahead and drag the available data extension that we're looking for this specific scenario. So we're looking for the DESelect demo contacts. So that data extension is right here. But to search for the data extensions, if you couldn't see it, you'll come up to this search bar right here and you'll start typing in the data extension that you're looking for. Now this grabs every data extension from your Marketing Cloud data extensions in Email Studio. So this will grab any data extension that you have. Right now we're looking for that DESelect demo contacts, so I'll go ahead and start typing that in. So as I type in contacts, our DESelect demo contacts pops up here. So I'll click that DESelect demo contacts and I'll drag it onto the drag and drop available data extensions. And we can name this. I'm not going to change the name here. I'm going to keep it as is and click Save. So now we've got our selected data extension. As a real quick side note, let me go ahead and show you what it would look like if we were doing a complex SQL query here. If I wanted to pull in DESelect demo accounts and pull it onto the canvas here and save that, I could choose the relationship between the two data extensions and how I want to join the two. So we have this join here, we have another join here. If we choose this third join, we have another type of join. If we do the fourth, we see that the joins change. If we do the fifth, we see that the fifth join changes here. And if we do the sixth type of join, we see that this type of join is happening here. And we can also choose the column that we want to map from the DESelect demo contacts by clicking this drop down and choosing that field here. And we can select the same over here from DESelect demo accounts. This was just an example. We're not actually going to do this, so I'll go ahead and click cancel. But you can start to see how you would be able to join data extensions together without actually knowing how to code SQL. So that's why this product is so amazing. You don't have to know complex SQL anymore to join data extensions together. That's just one of the benefits of DESelect. But that was just a quick little side note that I wanted to show you there. I'm going to continue on with our emails that haven't been opened in the last 14 days. So I'll scroll down now so that we can see the available fields inside of this DESelect demo contacts data extension. To show you the data that's underneath these fields such as ID, account ID, first name, last name, email, and birthday, let's go to the actual data extension inside of Email Studio to show you what this data looks like. So this is the DESelect demo contacts data extension. We have our ID field here, account ID, first name, last name, email, and birthday, as well as all of the information underneath these fields. So this is what the data extension actually looks like. We're going to be querying the people that have not received an email within the last 14 days from this data extension. and I'll show you how we'll do that. So let's go back to the DESelect app. So we're back here at the DESelect app, and we're going to query from the email field. So I'll click email from the available fields here and drag it and drop it onto the filter here. And for the operator here, I'm going to choose not in results. Now, I need to choose not in the results of what? So I need to choose the data extension that these emails are not inside of. So what we have the ability to do inside of DESelect is we can actually query from data views inside Marketing Cloud. So we're going to query from the sent data view that we want to query from. So we'll go ahead and type in sent, and we'll drag the _sent data extension, which is our data view, onto the canvas here. So we're saying the emails are not in the results of the _sent data extension. And then we're going to create a relationship between them based on the subscriber key. So we'll go ahead and click subscriber key here. So now we're going to go ahead and specify that 14-day rule. So we'll click this filter button right here, and then we're going to find the event date, and we're going to drag event date onto this canvas here, and we're going to choose greater than. So let's click greater than here, and we're going to choose a relative date. So I'm going to choose 14 days before now, and then I'll click save. So this is going to choose all of the people that have not been sent an email in the last 14 days. So we've got that query set, and it's all been done through simple filters, but we're querying all of that data in DESelect. So now that we've got that set up, let's go ahead and scroll up and click Save. Now that we have our selection saved, we're going to move on to the target data extension that we want to put this information into. Because as we know with any SQL query activity, we need to have a data extension that we're putting the results inside of. So we're going to click on Target Definition here, and we're going to select a target data extension. Or the beautiful thing about being in DESelect is we can still create a data extension within DESelect. So you don't have to go back and actually create a data extension in Email Studio or Contact Builder. You can actually do that within DESelect. So it saves you time and energy right there. So let's go ahead and create that data extension right here in DESelect. So I'll click Create Data Extension. And I'll go ahead and name the data extension to email not opened in last 14 days. And for the description here, I'll say this data extension holds the subscribers from the contacts data extension that haven't had an email sent to them in the last 14 days. Now we can choose the data extension file location here by clicking Change Location, just like you would do when you create any data extension. We can also choose this is sendable checkbox, which I'm going to click here because we're going to actually want to send something to a subscriber that hasn't been sent an email in the last 14 days. So I'm going to click that is sendable checkbox, and I'm not going to click is testable. And I can change the data retention policy by clicking Change Policy. And I can change the retention settings to on, and delete individual records after a certain amount of time, delete all records and the data extension after a certain amount of time, or all the records. Now I just wanted to show you that we could create that data retention policy, but I'm not going to actually enable it. So I'll click it again and click Cancel, and then I'll go ahead and click Save to create this new data extension. And then I'm going to add the fields to the target data extension because we can't create a data extension without having fields. So we can choose these one by one over here, or we can add all fields by clicking Add All Fields here. And then we can click Confirm to make sure that we want to add all the fields to this data extension, which we do. So I'll click Confirm. So now that we've added in all the fields to this new target data extension, we're going to save this data extension. So I'll click the blue Save Data Extension button here. And then it's asking us if we're sure we want to create a data extension with these selected fields. So I'll click Yes. So now we're going to preview our data extension. So I've clicked this preview button here, and I'm going to click Run Preview now. So we'll wait for this to run, and we'll wait for it to get through the entire process of getting started, creating the data extension, queuing the information, and processing the information and then completing the data extension. The preview will show us the first 20 records in the data extension. After we're happy with what it looks like, we'll go ahead and click Save again, and then run that data extension. And now we can see that our data extension, not opened in last 14 days, is completed. So let's go back to Email Studio and look at that data extension. So in Email Studio, we have 250 records, which is basically saying 250 people that have not been sent an email in the last 14 days. Let's go ahead and look at those records. So these are the people that have not received an email in the last 14 days. Now, that is how DESelect works. You can query your customers from different data extensions, multiple data extensions, and then create target data extensions all within DESelect, and then have them show up inside of your data extensions inside Email Studio or Contact Builder. Those are the amazing features that I really like about DESelect, and I really think DESelect is going to change the segmentation game inside of Marketing Cloud. So make sure you get yourself a DESelect license and you start using DESelect today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.